Steelers taking the field. They're all set as they'll match up with the Baltimore Ravens. Two hard-hitting blue-collar franchises, one of the better rivalries going. The Ravens and Steelers are underway. Devin Duvernay now returning from the end zone. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. Terrific running there to start the drive as that's going to go for 15 and a quick first down as well.
When they put the ball in J.K. Dobbins' chest and he carries it, he runs with a lot of determination and aggressiveness. Just one start last year as a rookie, but still managed 805 yards and 9 touchdowns. I think he's ready for a big year 2 leap. Now the lead runner for the Baltimore Ravens.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Now Dobbins. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Three yards remain for second down. They go play action now. Jackson steps away. This one caught by his tight end, Oliver. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down. Well, yeah, keeping Lamar Jackson hemmed in, I'd have to think would be at the top of the list of things you need to do to slow him down. But what else is on that list?
Let's just go back to what you just posed at the top, keeping him hemmed in. So you got to tell your rushers they've got to have that controlled aggressiveness so they can't get outside of them and create big plays outside of the pocket, yet they still have to be aggressive enough to go after him. The second part of it is make sure that when he's on the run, you find those receivers downfield because they find their way open and he's able to deliver.
Yeah, like he did just on that last play. Play action. Now Jackson. Sliding out of the pocket. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Devin Bush, the linebacker, was the one there in pass coverage.
And the end result of that play, you're almost not sure what you really want because when he gets outside of the pocket, you actually hold your breath because you think he's going to run for big yardage. But when he chose to pull it down and throw it, and a play was made to knock it away, that's a pretty good end result. Not one you expected when the play began.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Jackson, he gets this underneath to Dobbins. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. Jackson throwing once more. And this is caught by Watkins. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Jackson to Watkins there for a Baltimore first. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal. quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive INT.
Brings up second and goal.
They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on second and goal. Off the play fake to Dobbins. Here's Jackson. They'll roll him out right. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson keeping it himself from 10 yards away. And the Ravens take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Tucker with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And they'll run for the first time with Najee Harris. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs. Run some plays, run some clock. Allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
From the 27, Haskins. Completion here to Claypool. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Calais Campbell on the stop.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
On second and 9, Haskins. He'll get this to his tight end. That's Pat Freiermuth. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down. Now Haskins to throw it. It's brought in by Harris. A little juke. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 12 more yards there and another first down.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially as pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
Now a first down carry for Harris. Gave a glimpse of his power, but not a whole lot of space. Down at the 30. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
From the 30 on second down, Haskins able to hit his target, Claypool. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it. They love it because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sidelines thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
On first down, it's Harris. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level.
And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Pat Freiermuth, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up.
I do believe we came here to see a game, didn't we? And it looks like he's running what we call routes versus air. You just go out there with your offensive unit and throw the football with no defense. He's 5 for 5 on the opening drive.
He was on his game there for drive number 1, but well, the thing is now he can't go any higher than that. He was so perfect. Can he do it again later?
Yeah, all he cares about right now is making it 10 for 10, 15 for 15.
Keeping that going.
And he feels like he can get it done.
Duvernay going to sit on this in the end zone, so it'll come out to the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
Seven, our score after 1. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Jackson now off the bootleg. On the move to his left. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Edwards now on 1st and 10. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Behind the chains, 2nd and 13. And now Jackson will look to throw it. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds.
Boy, that was certainly well-read defensively. And the key to any screenplay is space to work. And there was none to be found there. And they tackle him for just a short gain.
And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Jackson. That's complete. It's Devin Duvernay. And he will have a Ravens 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. The drive stays intact with a pickup of 13. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now a shotgun handoff to Hill. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. And this is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses and able to break big runs late in games. J.K. Dobbins going to Baltimore, an absolute perfect fit.
They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. Here's Jackson to throw. And he's got his tight end. That's Andrews. And he will have a Ravens 1st down, and he's going to have it by plenty. Able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 2. The drive stays alive. A 3rd down gain of 8. There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. A shotgun snap and a give to Dobbins. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
No daylight for him to run through there, and he ran into the defensive tackle, and that guy blocks a whole lot of daylight as it is. He is truly a big man who just made a big play.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson. Rolling to his left. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Sutton, and he'll be brought down at his own 10-yard line. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you've got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. 25 yards, the pickup there, and also a first down.
Oh, that's a very good run there by Najee Harris, who can take it inside. He can get to the perimeter. He can do it all with his build and his speed. This is a guy coming out of Alabama who did everything for the Crimson Tide. That's why Pittsburgh took him in the first round. Last in the league in rushing as a team last year with the Steelers.
And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Well, we know that he can beat you in a number of ways. He can catch it short, he can take it long, or he can do what we just saw right there, catch it and then run with the football. Boswell good with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Devin Duvernay now returning from the end zone. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Through the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. A give, Dobbins trying the right side. Dobbins hit, and he fumbles. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And a return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but and now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
After the fumble recovery, it's Jackson. Throw right side is complete to Andrews, his tight end. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
The Ravens on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 7. Jackson from the shotgun. And that ball incomplete, nearly intercepted. Took a chance with that one. It'll lead to a 4th down. So after 3 drives and 3 touchdowns combined between these two clubs, finally we get a defensive stop.
Yes, and welcome to the party, defensive players. And glad to have you because for a while there, it almost felt like it was 11 going downfield on air. Okay, so to be able to have someone come up, make a stop, now we got a football game going.
They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Steelers are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they fell behind early, but since then, 2 touchdowns and a 14-7 lead.
Yeah, they found the end zone on their first 2 drives, and even more so after the defense gave up the first lead. With these last 2 drives, obviously they inspired their D because they shut them down the last time out. They hope to continue that string.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Throwing now, Haskins on first down. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Pat Freiermuth, the intended target, but it's going to be second down.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
Second and 10. Here's Haskins again. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. From the gun, Jackson. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. Jackson to Andrews on that one. First down, Baltimore.
Nice job, nice patience right there. Put him on the right side, let him work his way across, put the ball in his hands, and let him work his way upfield with a catch.
Now Jackson on first down. He's able to find Wallace. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Only needing 2 yards on second down. Here's Jackson. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. He gets it complete to Harris. Space to run past the 20. And he's all the way down to the 6-yard line. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
That was a beautifully executed screen pass. Let the rushers get upfield. The blocking forms in front. Lofted it to the runner. And now, not only does he have open space in front of him, he's got an escort as well, and they pick up big yardage.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. On 2nd and goal, Haskins. He's got Claypool for a Steeler touchdown. Chase Claypool in the final seconds of the first half. And the Steelers would extend their lead here just before halftime.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away. And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. He'll buy some time right. That's taken in by Duvernay. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
That is definitely what we call on defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson being chased out left. And he will finally be taken out of bounds. So we reach halftime here in the Steel City with the Steelers on top as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
These two teams making their last-minute adjustments. The second half coming your way from Pittsburgh. And to bring it to you, we go back to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half it didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Haskins looking to throw on first down. Completes it to Watt. 7 yards on the play, and that'll make it second down.
Well, they've certainly spread the ball around so far, but they're definitely getting everyone involved now when you're throwing it to the fullback. Just shows how versatile this offense is and how everyone is a threat.
On second down now, it's Harris. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 54 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Here's Harris. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, second down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Now it's Haskins. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 3.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Hey, check Mike 6, Mike 6. I got one. Mike 6. Silver.
Here's Haskins out of the gun. Completion here to Claypool. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive continues. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Now a pass that's taken in by Smith-Schuster. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25.
And that's why you spend a first-round draft pick on a running back. Not for just the fancy runs, but these dirty, gritty 3rd and 1s, 3rd and 2s. That's why you draft him.
On 1st and 10, it's Haskins. It's brought in by Harris. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25. And they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass. Harris. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get him over the goal line.
And that is off the left upright. It's no good. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Devin Duvernay now returning from the end zone. No run back here for Duvernay. Touchback out to the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger. But no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing. And try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Jackson going to give this one to Edwards. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now it's Jackson. And this is caught by Watkins. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? A good gain on first. Has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. They go play action now. Jackson out to his left. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
I always appreciate runners who understand situations. That was just 3rd and inches. No reason to dance around in the backfield and try and break off a bigger play. Just go pick up the 1st down, and that's exactly what he did.
Play action. Now Jackson rolling to his right. Wide open is Watkins. He's got him. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. 23 yards, the final tally.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Edwards, and he'll get about 5 here as he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now a handoff for Dobbins. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6. Here's Jackson to throw. And this pass broken up. And the contact well-timed there. And now 4th down. But the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now a give, running left is Harris. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. A gain of 3, second down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. It's a gain of 5, and that'll make it 3rd and 1. Well, a clear running situation. Try to take time off the clock. He ran the previous play, set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they had shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit him over the top.
That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. A rough go there on 3rd down, a loss of 4. The Steelers send out their punter now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest. A throw left side to start out. That's complete. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. He'll dump this off, complete to Dobbins. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
He's going deep for Brown. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe you can expect more passes like that downfield. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 41 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
Well, I can certainly tell my age, partner, because when I was a kid, running backs like J.K. Dobbins with over 2,000 yards in their final season in college, they went early in the draft. Instead, he somehow lasted until the 2nd round. But how great is it to get a guy with that ability who can run it inside, run to the perimeter, and catch the football in the backfield? To be able to get him in the 2nd round, that's what I call a steal.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Throwing is Jackson. They set up the screen to Hill. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Now here's a whistle as flags come in. And we'll check out the call. And that'll set them back 5. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long. Off the play fake to Dobbins. Here's Jackson sliding out of the pocket. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a 1st down.
First down, Ravens.
Now it's Jackson. Oh, for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
Hey, it's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. But that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
And he'll lose yardage on this one, back to the 13. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. On play action, Haskins. That's complete to his tight end, Freiermuth. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30?